Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 1168, and today's topic is the natural solution of thyroid problem. When I say thyroid problem means that you might have seen mostly in female women above the age of 40 or 50 that there is enlargement of neck or enlarged neck or swelling of the neck below the chin here, and it is just like ballooning type of structure, and which looks very awkward, bad, and of course sometimes these female they feel themselves disgrace of going and meeting the people because it is destroying their cosmetic value or their personality. And this type of situation is because of the problem of thyroid gland, and there are two conditions of thyroid problem. One is called hypo, that is hypothyroidism, and second one is called that is hyperthyroidism. This hypo means where there is deficiency of iodine, and hyper means where our gland, that is thyroid gland, is producing excess thyroid hormone. So mostly 90% cases are where there is deficiency of iodine, and that's why there is enlargement or swelling of the neck below the chin. The reason is that iodine is very important element for our thyroid gland. It's just butterfly shape gland to we can say synthesize or manufacture thyroxine. Thyroxine is the compound in the form of thyroid hormone. So once that iodine is not enough, you will get such type of swelling or enlargement of neck, and this thing is common in those countries where there is deep poverty or mostly people who are on rice or carbohydrate diet. The reason is that most of this rice and carbohydrate, they are not containing iodine, especially rice, zero iodine, there is no iodine. So once they are not adding some other animal product like egg or seafood, actually seafood, seaweed and fish, if you are consuming regularly, it is a natural solution of the thyroid problem. So those people in rural area who cannot afford to go for seafood, to go for fish or meat or egg, all these protein food, they develop such thing. And when they develop this thing, so with time, the size of that enlargement of the neck will go on increasing, and it will go up to that extent that it will create problem in talking, problem in swallowing of the food, trachea, even respiration, lot of problem they will be facing. And it is a really very, very difficult situation. I was going through the literature and I found that in Nigeria every year 1.5 million people suffer from this type of problem, that is thyroid problem. In India, in millions, many Asian countries who are mainly on carbohydrate diet, rice diet, that thing is found. But luckily nowadays, when we could understand that it is because of the deficiency of iodine, our thyroid gland is not getting enough iodine, that's why this is happening. So we have started producing globally, that is called iodide salt. So when we are purchasing our table salt to use in our food material, it is automatically in industry itself, it is iodized, iodine is added, so that those poor people who are not getting enough seafood or fish, at least there will not be deficiency. So after that, iodide salt. Now in poor countries, or I can say the countries where mainly they are depending on carbohydrate diet like rice, cassava, yam, wheat, they are not suffering. The second thing, that is hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism means because of some inflammation or some problem of your thyroid gland, some excess thyroxine, that is thyroid hormone, is produced. So once such situation comes, in that case, you will be having anxiety, depression, all of a sudden weight loss and mood swing, lot of disorder, even your digestive system is disturbed. And here generally for this thyroid problem, if anybody is facing the private practitioner, unless they are consulted and very senior doctors, they cannot diagnose. Sometimes they will think that it may be because of depression, sometimes they may think that it may be because of some stomach disorder, acidity or hyperacidity. No, that is thyroid problem. Because sometimes that is enlarged, swollen neck will not appear, but still such symptoms are there, where they cannot concentrate, where they are having always hypercase, and also cardiovascular, your heart palpitation is not regular, it is irregular, sometimes very fast, sometimes very low. So that condition indicates that you are suffering from thyroid problem. You please go and get it checked in the laboratory, the status of your thyroid and iodine. And here, many people, they don't understand the inside chemistry. I have already told you there are two conditions. In one condition, deficiency of iodine means hypothyroidism. Hypothyroidism, I have already told you that, means your thyroid gland is not getting enough iodine from your body to manufacture the thyroid hormone. And that hormone is taking place everywhere, or it is involved in a lot of your regular activities to maintain your digestive system, respiratory, heartbeat, all those things. And secondly, this hyper condition comes where excess production of thyroid hormone comes when somebody is suffering from autoimmune disease. Celiac disease means where your antibodies, by mistakenly, they are attacking your own normal cells, and such type of people, they are known as the suffering from autoimmune disease, and it is very common in those people who are having a diabetic condition. If the sugar is increasing, that condition. And second condition is that those who are allergic to gluten. Gluten is a plant, or we can say wheat protein, and gluten is found in wheat, barley and rye. Mostly we are eating wheat. So some people are allergic. Allergic means when they are eating that wheat flour, bread, or even any preparation out of wheat. So it should be gluten-free food for them, because this protein, gluten, is resembles with the structure of our thyroid protein. So these proteins, they resemble, and in that case, if they are suffering from autoimmune disease system, means they are attacking cells, the same WBC or T cells or protein cells, mistakenly they will be destroying the your thyroid protein, and that's why the problem will come. So those people who are having the condition of autoimmune disease, allergic, all these things, they should avoid wheat product, barley product, or rye product, or we can say they should go and check, because nowadays very clearly it is available, they write it, that all these carbohydrates of wheat flour or white flour, they are all gluten free. Is very, very important, because if you are not going for gluten-free diet, then you are going to suffer. And second thing, I have already told you hypo and hyper. If somebody is suffering from hypo, means deficiency of iodine, then they should go to such type of foods which are rich in iodine and selenium and zinc. These three are very important. Iodine is a must, no doubt. This is because of iodine. Second, selenium. Selenium plays very important role in metabolic process, and so that the iodine equilibrium it is maintaining. It will not allow deficiency. That's why selenium rich, and also zinc, it will provide immunity and it will not allow such type of I can say autoimmunity of our body. And they should go for seafood, fish, egg, all these, and milk also. But at the same time, if the thyroid problem is because of hyperthyroidism, means there is excess production of synthesis of thyroid hormone, then they should not take all those foods which are very rich in iodine, like all the seafood, fish, protein, egg. And once I say protein, let me tell you very clearly, the chemistry of protein, I am always telling you, is very complex. Don't say that I am taking animal protein. Even animal protein, different animal, their protein is different in consumption and their value. If you are taking beef, one's cow or buffalo protein, one is chicken protein, that is poultry protein, one is goat or ram protein. They are all three group, or fourth group, fifth group, egg protein, so many proteins, vegetable protein. They play very, very different role from chemistry point of view. The worst one is that is cow meat. Why it is worse? It is known as red meat, because your lot of enzymes, they are needed to hydrolyze it completely into amino acid. So your lot of enzymes which are checking your lot of other physiological reaction, they are busy in that. So you will be having more and more oxidative stress every day once you are consuming more. And then in the long run, you may get different type of diseases like cancer. So these are all very, very important factors. Let me show you the enlargement. Here I am showing you the enlargement of or swelling, we can say, below the chin. That is your because of thyroid problem, and it is due to hypo or hyperthyroidism. And you see it is below the chin, and that structure is just starting. It is the chronic condition of thyroid problem, iodine deficiency, or maybe hyper condition. And you see it is a big size enlargement or swelling of the neck, the below the chin. And this condition is very much harmful, and anybody who is having such condition will be suffering from different type of problems like swelling of the food, even talking, even respiration. A lot of problems they are facing, and their life will not be comfortable. So nowadays there is treatment for this thyroid problem. More especially if it is hyper or sometimes hypo, it means your this thyroid gland butterfly structure is not properly functioning. So first the doctor will advise you that better to go under surgery and completely remove it. So all the problem will be over forever. But to my understanding as a chemist, if it is possible to manage naturally by changing your lifestyle and diet, go on managing. Because once you have undergone surgery, it means your complete thyroid gland is removed, and for rest of your life, whole life, you have to take some medication just to maintain your iodine level in your body. And sometimes that iodine, what it is given in the form of potassium iodide mixture that may be radioactive, because the radioactive iodines are there, and sometimes they do radiotherapy also. So to avoid all these things, if you can manage without surgery is okay, otherwise surgery is the only option. Secondly, sometimes orally they prepare the solution of potassium iodide and iodine. It is available in market, and also some plant products are also available in the form of powder, so that if you take, it will maintain the iodine. And let me tell you my one very good, I am sharing my experience. When I was doing my master's degree in 1970s, I noticed this thing in my village, that most of the ladies who are above 40, they are all having enlargement of their neck. Some big size, some small size, some medium size. And I was shocked to see. So what I did, I prepared myself solution. What I took potassium iodide. That potassium iodide, if I am saying, it is like this, potassium iodide, Ki. Ki is potassium iodide. If it is dissolved, you will get K positive plus iodine negative. So iodine is iron. If this iron is liberated and itself is not going to be more effective, then I have to add here iodine crystal. If it is 10 gram, it should be also 10 gram. And then add into it 50 ml water. In that case, you can prepare the potassium iodide solution. And that solution, if you apply on that enlarged neck, which is swallowing, that if you apply and leave it for 1 hour or 40 minutes, and after that you wash it. If you treat it up to 1 month or more than that, it will definitely drastically reduce that size. And when I did it in 70s in my village, all the women, their enlargement of the neck was drastically reduced, and then news was spread in other villages in India. And then I was treating dozens and dozens of women who were suffering from this, because this thing, this thyroid problem, I can say out of my experience, the 90% are female. Only few male cases are there, and European American, they are not facing this problem. It's maybe there, but very rare, because they are already on rich diet of seafood and seaweed and lot of fish, and of course their protein rich diet they are always taking. I have already told you in the beginning, in this world there are only two types of diet: rich man's diet, protein rich diet; poor man's diet, carbohydrate based diet. Rich man's obesity, protein based obesity; poor man's obesity, carbohydrate based obesity. So here number 1 point, globally millions of people are worried about their enlarged neck. Those who got such type of enlargement, swelling of the neck below the chin, they are demoralized, they are depressed, because their outlook, they will always feel that they are missing something, and once any gathering is there, anything, it looks very awkward. So that is the main problem for this thyroid problem. And at the same time, of course, they are getting some other health condition. So about their enlarged neck, and it is due to thyroid problem. In Nigeria, 1.5 million suffer from thyroid problem of this enlarged neck. It is because of two conditions. There are two conditions for this thyroid problem. One condition called hypothyroidism, means where there is deficiency of iodine and the less amount of thyroid hormone is produced, because iodine helps in the production of thyroid hormone that is called thyroxine. And B is that is hyperthyroidism, means where thyroid gland is producing a large amount of thyroid hormones. Number 2, hypothyroidism, a condition in which the thyroid gland does not produce enough thyroid hormone, and hypothyroidism can disturb heartbeat, body temperature, and metabolism. So these three symptoms are there for hypothyroidism. If you are suffering from these three, sometimes the general medical practitioner, they will not think of thyroid problem. They will think maybe some cardiac problem. They may think that it may be because of some hyperacidity. It may be some bacterial or viral attack. So all these things are there. But immediately if you are getting such type of symptom, it's better to check your thyroid status. The cause of hypothyroidism is that the thyroid thyroid gland, it looks like, and thyroid gland does not get enough iodine to manufacture thyroid hormones. Number 3, iodine is mainly found in seafood, seaweed, and nowadays iodized salt. So these are all sources from which you can get. Those who are suffering from a deficiency of iodine, that is called hypothyroidism, they can get from seafood sources, and of course in salts we are getting enough iodine. Salts are available globally. In some part of the world, people get hypothyroidism because of carbohydrate rich diet like rice, cassava, wheat, like in Nigeria, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, like that. Many countries are there. They are mainly based on rice as a food, or we can say carbohydrate based food. There are a lot of people, in millions, they are suffering from this enlargement of neck. So I have mentioned here some risk factors and some problems, that is complications. The risk factors of hypothyroidism, where there is deficiency of iodine. Number 1, as a woman, you have high risk, and especially when you are above the age of 40 years. Number 2, have family history, is a genetic, that is thyroid disease factor. Number 3, have an autoimmune disease. Those who are having autoimmune disease, especially such as type 1 diabetes or celiac disease, that autoimmune disease is called celiac disease. Number 4, that is have undergone thyroid surgery. The next is, what is the complication of this? The first complication, that enlargement of your neck, that is called goiter. Hypothyroidism may cause thyroid gland to become large, and this condition is called goiter or enlarged neck or swollen neck. Large goiter may cause problem with swallowing, talking, and even breathing, respiration. Number 2, heart problem. If this thyroid problem goes for a long time, can damage peripheral nerves, and these are the nerves that carry information to your brain, and that is your spinal cord. Number 3, infertility. Low level of thyroid hormones in female who are suffering from this can disturb ovulation, the formation of egg, in women which can limit their fertility. And the next one, I have already told you, that is where the excess production of thyroid hormones are there. In that condition, you will get a lot of anxiety and the same heartbeat problem, and you will not be having concentration, sometimes insomnia. So all these factors indicate that you have the problem of hyper excess. And I have already discussed that naturally we can handle by our lifestyle and diet. And if you add in your diet where there is hypothyroidism, all the protein molecule also stop trans fat, means saturated fatty acid, go for omega 3 fatty acid, stop smoking, alcohol, all these bad habits, because they are all going to aggravate the situation. And the treatment is finally, it is already I have mentioned, that is surgery. But if we can manage naturally, it is better rather than undergoing surgery. So with this, I will stop. Thank you very much for watching the lecture.